Jungkook, please don't do that, she said, stopping him by his arm while he jerked it. Please, Jungkook, he has done nothing wrong. If you want to kill someone, then kill me. He is innocent. Her cheeks were wet due to tears and she was pleading terribly, but he shot an angry glance at her and grabbed her chin harshly, pulling her closer. You don't need to be concerned about any other man. He has to give up on his life for what he had done. He took out his gun while your eyes widened as he grabbed his legs. Please don't kill him. I'm the one who asked him for help. Please let him go. I promise you that I won't run again. Please, she said while crying terribly, begging for the life of the man who was laying on the ground shivering in fear. It's the third time that you ran from here. But this time I will show you the consequences so that you won't dare to run again. With that he pushed you away a bit hardly that your hand hit a sharp corner and started bleeding. You didn't care about your hand as again looked at Jungkook, but this time he was pointing his gun on the guy's forehead. Interfering in someone else's business is not a good thing. You should be aware of the after consequences, he said, leaning closer to the guy who was drenched in sweat. You are a monster. You think you can satisfy your urge by killing people? You are nothing but a... Jungkook's hand clenched in fist as he tightened his jaw and started pulling the trigger. You are dare enough to open your mouth, but unfortunately, you won't be able to live longer to show your dareness. His eyes became dark and scary. Jungkook, please don't do that. He got so angry that without thinking twice, he pulled the trigger and shot the guy. You closed your eyes and covered your ears with your hands. Silence filled in the whole room and you saw the lifeless body of the boy all drenched in blood. You crawled down near him. No, it can't be. Please save him. Please take him to the hospital. You said to the bodyguards, but he didn't move an inch. Jungkook slid the gun inside his pocket and left without looking at you. Your eyes got red due to anger. You shouted loudly. Are you even a human? Don't you have a heart? And you burst into tears. YN was sitting on the floor, leaning her head on the edge of the bed. Tears were slowly escaping one by one from the corner of her eyes. She was still traumatized with the scene she witnessed a while ago. She was blaming herself for the death of that guy. If she didn't ask him for help and hide in his house, he wouldn't get involved in this. She closed her eyes as all tears dropped. She opened her eyes when she heard door unlocked. She stayed in the same position and didn't even look at Jungkook, who just entered inside. He slowly came near you and sat on the floor in front of you. He looked at you for some time and then grabbed your hand, which was bleeding earlier. It was a small cut, but it did bleed a little. He quickly jerked his hand harshly and looked away. He again grabbed your hand and started applying ointment. You looked at him for some time. A while ago he was looking like demon who only know how to kill people and have no emotions, but now all calm. Don't hurt yourself like this. It hurts me to see you like this. Really? But how? Because you don't even feel emotions. Are you even a human? You just killed an innocent guy and pretending like nothing? He finished dressing with a bandage and looked at you. He was not innocent. You scoffed and looked at him in disbelief. Yeah, because he was not heartless like you. Let's say he was innocent, but do you know why I killed him? He leaned forward to you so that you can never think of running from here again. And if you still do, then you will be responsible for all the deaths. Your eyes filled with tears and anger. He cupped your cheek and wiped your tears with his thumb. You tried to jerk his hand because you hate his touch. Until when you will do this? You are forcing me to stay here. Why don't you understand that I don't love you? He tried to control his anger because when he loses control, he always ends up hurting you. Why? Why it is so hard for you to love me? Because I'm afraid of you. You scares me. Love can't happen by force. We are no match for each other. I'm different from you. My world is different. I can never fall for a guy who takes away lives of innocent people. It's not even that hard. I'm doing my best to accept you as you. Then why don't you accept me as who I am? Can't you see my love? Do you even know how to love? What you call love isn't love but your obsession. You forcefully married me by threatening my parents. Is this what you call love? No. It is just an obsession. Jungkook didn't able to control himself now. He grabbed your hair, making you groan in pain. Don't ever call it an obsession, even if you don't love me. I'll make sure that you'll do. Don't make me use force because it won't be good for any of us. I might will do something that I don't want to. You'll kill me, then do it. It's better to be dead than living with you, and I feel like dying every single time. You spoke as your eyes were filled with tears. I won't kill you, but I will do worse than that. You are my wife, so behave like one. I don't like to repeat anything again and again. One day you will really regret all this. You stood up and about to leave the room, but he angrily grabbed your hand and pushed you on the bed. He then slowly hovered over you, trapping you between his arms. You really don't like when I'm being nice to you, right? You tried to push him as he was leaning closer, but he grabbed your hand and pinned you both sides of the bed. I think you really like provoking me. What did you say? It's not love but an obsession? Then are you ready to see how obsession looks like? Your eyes widened in fear. Your heart started beating faster. Please don't do that. Your body started trembling while he let out a sarcastic smile. Let me show you tonight so that you'll be careful with your words from now on. Next morning, you woke up and looked at the other side of the bed. A sigh of relief left out from your mouth when you didn't find Jungkook there. You tried to get up, but you found immense pain in between your thighs. A tear escaped from your eye. You are used to all this as you are living with this monster for 6 months now. He married you against your will by forcing your parents and never allowed you to meet anyone outside. He says he loves you, but you even hate his name. You somehow managed to get up and went inside the bathroom to wash yourself. After that, you came out and decided to go downstairs. Your legs were still hurting and it was hard for you to walk properly. When you were coming downstairs, a maid noticed you and rushed to help you in getting downstairs. Are you alright, madam? She asked, showing concern while you nodded, flashing a weak smile at her. I'm okay, thank you for your help. Other maids looked at each other as they all know how things goes in this house. They all pity you. Please sit in the dining hall. We'll quickly prepare your breakfast. You nodded and walked towards dining hall. You saw the bodyguard entered inside. When his eyes fell on you, he understood what might have happened to you. His eyes were showing apology for not able to help you in any way. He walked towards dining hall and he followed you there. You don't have to stand like that. Sit here. He sighed and take one of the seat in front of you. I'm sorry. You slowly looked at him when he was already looking at with eyes full of apology. Why are you apologizing? It wasn't your fault. In fact, I owe an apology. Because of me, an innocent person died. You didn't able to control yourself from crying. You lowered your head and started sobbing slowly. He wanted to comfort you, but he was not in the right position to do so. He hesitated but then put his hand on yours, taking them in between his. Don't feel guilty. It wasn't your fault. I promise you that I'll help you in escaping from here. You shook your head and looked at him with your teary eyes. No, I won't go anywhere now. That's enough. I don't want to become the cause of anyone else's death. He don't even think twice before killing people. I don't want anyone else to die because of me. No one is going to die because of you. Believe in me. You wiped your tears and looked at him. Why are you putting your life in danger because of me? You are his most trusted man, and if he finds out that you helped me in escaping, he won't spare you too. I already had enough pain. I don't want to lose you, a friend like you. I know exactly what I'm doing. Don't worry about me. He has assigned me to watch over you when he's not around, and it's my duty to make sure you are safe and happy. I don't know what will going to happen to me because I can't live a life like this. I have never done anything wrong to deserve this. A maid came with a tray in her hands. She smiled at you and placed the tray on the table. Please eat properly, madam. You haven't eaten anything from the last night. Nichungi looked at you while you nodded and thanked the maid. Thank you so much for the food, Ajumma. She smiled softly and left from there. Why didn't you eat anything from last night? Do you think I was in the position to eat or drink anything after witnessing a murder in front of my eyes? He sighed and extended the glass of juice towards you. Whether you eat or not, it won't change anything. You should take care of yourself. That's the most important thing. He took the glass from his hand. I only feel comfortable when he's not around. Lee Jung-shi, would you please do me a favor? He looked at you when you suddenly asked him that. Just order. You hesitate to speak. I want to meet Kang Jun. One last time, please. I will tell him that I can't meet him anymore. He's someone so much important for me. I won't be able to live if something happened to him. You really loves him, right? You looked at him surprisingly but then lowered your head. It doesn't matter now. I don't want to put him in danger. If Jungkook sees him with me, he will probably kill him. We know each other from childhood. He's my world and I don't want to lose him. Don't worry, I'll take you to him. Not now. What if Jungkook comes? Don't worry, he's on a mission. It might take him several hours to come back. He sighed in relief and nodded. Thank you so much. You're the only one here with whom I share all my worries. Thank you for being so nice to me. Friends don't apologize or thank each other. Now eat your breakfast, it's getting cold. You nodded and started eating. Wayan came in her room. As soon as she entered inside, she dropped on the floor and started sobbing, burying her head between her knees. She just returned after meeting a friend. How heartbroken for her to say final goodbye to the person she loves the most. Wayan and Kang Jun were childhood friends and grew up together, sharing all their secrets and feelings. As they grew up, Wayan started developing feelings for him. She never told him about her feelings because she always afraid of what if it would affect their friendship. Kang Jun also likes Wayan but never said. They started getting more close as their friendship started turning into a relationship. But one day Jungkook spotted Wayan in a cafe where he came for a mission, and in one glance he fell for her so hard. He did a little background check on her and went to her house with a marriage proposal. Maya's parents didn't want to hand over their one and only daughter in hands of a mafia, but he threatened them and forcefully married to her. Since then, she always go to meet Kang Jun without Jungkook's knowing and wanted to run away with him, but always afraid because if Jungkook find it out, he would kill her boyfriend. You quickly got up when you heard a little noise downstairs. You wiped your tears and walked out of the room. You came in the living room and saw some man carrying Jungkook as he got injured. They make him laid on the couch. Lee Jung-gi came running with a first aid box in his hand. He came near Jungkook and started cleaning the wound. All the maids and guards quickly left the mansion as no guard and maids were allowed when he is at home. You were just looking at him emotionlessly. It didn't concern you even a little. His eyes met yours and he quickly looked away, making him annoyed. Lee Jung-gi finished dressing up and got up. He bowed a little and left from there. You ignored Jungkook and went to the kitchen to get a glass of water for him. He has made few rules that you have to follow at any cost or else you have to face the consequences. After some time you came back and put the glass on the table next to him. He didn't say anything and was just observing you with his dark orbs. You didn't have any will to stay there as you were already upset, so you decided to go inside your room, but you stopped by his cold voice. Aren't you going to ask me how I got injured? He said, getting up from the couch and coming near you. You remained silent, making him more annoyed than he already are. You don't really care, right? Your silence was making him angry, as he hates when he talks to you and you ignore him. He grabbed your chin a bit harshly and made you look at him. You do all this on purpose, right? You don't understand anything when I say nicely. He raised his hand while you finished and closed your eyes, thinking that he might slap you, but he put the string of your hair behind your ear. He started caressing your cheek, making you feel disgusting. You were standing silently, but deep down your body was trembling from fear. Why you made me like this, Ryan, huh? Why don't you love me back? Why it is so hard for you to accept me? You remained silent. He sighed heavily and nodded. It's okay. Let's go and eat dinner tonight together. He started walking but stopped and looked back at you, who was still standing at the same place holding her tears. Why are you still standing? I said let's come and eat. You don't want to create more drama, so you quietly followed him. Sit here, I'll prepare dinner tonight. He made you sit on the chair and started making dinner. After some time he finished cooking and served in front of you. He then took his seat and started eating. Why aren't you eating? Hurry up and finish it or else it will get cold. He took the chopsticks and took a bite. You never get to understand him. He looks more scary when he started being nice to you, and right now you were internally shivering because there was no one in the house except you and him. It's delicious, isn't it? You gulped and slowly nodded. He smiled a little and again started eating. Did you end somewhere? He said without looking at you while your heart skipped a beat as you put the chopsticks down and gulped. No, I was at home. He nodded while keep on eating. I'm going in my room, I had enough. You put the plate aside and was about to leave, but he stopped you. Tomorrow we are going in a party, so be ready, okay? You turned and looked at him. I'm not feeling like going anywhere. I didn't ask for your permission. I'm telling you that we are going in a party. He said, coming near you. And also, behave nicely or else it won't be really pleasing to you. He kissed your forehead and gave a peek down to your lips and then looked at you.